Bagel cigar. Huh. I don't know what that is. So this is just a 5-3 Blitz game instead of the 8-4 rapid games that I usually play. I was having trouble getting a game that I liked, and also I was short of time. I got a new computer this week, and I was spending time fixing that up, trying to get it going. And so I've got it to the point. This is the new computer I'm on now. I've got it to the point where I can record a game, but I can't do the postmortems yet. So the postmortem might be delayed. But anyway, after I've finished getting it all set up, it should be a much better machine for doing the streaming. I was having trouble with the streams, or my old computer was freezing and stuff. So anyway, that's what's going on. So while I was talking, he played kind of a standard Slav, but with the bishop outside. I could play bishop to d3, but I'm going to play bishop e2 and avoid the bishop trade for now. I played kind of a slow setup here with this dark squared bishop inside the pawn chain. It's very solid over here on the queen side for me. And I can continue with b3 and bishop to b2. And yeah, especially since I castled. b3 you have to be careful about because it leaves this knight loose. But after you've castled, it's not getting pinned. As long as you have a move like bishop to b2 or bishop to d2 to defend the knight, you're usually okay. So I wanted to put the bishop here. And then we'll try and figure out how to make progress from this point. At this point, I really do need to do something about that bishop, I guess. Because the way to make progress is usually to push e4 in this position. And I can't do it with the knight and the bishop here. And even if I attack the bishop with my knight, he can just drop it back. So it looks like I'm doing this. So maybe I wasted a move going bishop e2 and then bishop d3. It's entirely possible. So I'm not sure what the queen is looking at over there. These pawns are pretty well defended. It's looking at the d pawn, I guess. But well, my d pawn is defended by the knight and the bishop, indirectly by the bishop. But if he takes, I'll take with the knight. He takes, I take, he brings the knight here. I drop the queen back or move the queen over here somewhere. Not there. Not there. So where should the queen go then? Should probably go somewhere to defend the bishop. Keeping it on the e-file looks good. He's got a loose bishop here. Maybe I can exploit that by pushing the my d pawn forward. So he defended it. Okay, well the knight has a good square here, right? Let's just put it there. Then maybe step the king to the side. Okay, I guess I do need to defend already. Rook and bishop versus queen and rook. I want to step the king to the side and get in this f4 move. Maybe play f5 at some point. Well, when the queen goes there, I don't have to move my king. I can just go f4 directly. Okay, bishop there. Knight is well defended, so it's not a threat to take. I have an idea here. I'm going to bring my queen over to the king side and then play bishop to c1 and then push the f-pawn forward. So I'm immediately threatening to take on h6 there. Although queen g3 is met by knight to h5. Well, I can bring my queen forward to attack the knight. Seems like an even game so far. Let's see, queen g3. He also has knight to e4. In fact, he has that right now. I could play knight e4. Doesn't do a whole lot, does it? Knight e4. Just looking at the dark squares here, 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 and they're covered. Yeah, I'm not sure what black's plan is here. He might have been thinking of playing F or C. C5? Yeah, there it is. Makes sense. So that kind of ties me down here. Meaning I can't play bishop c1 like I wanted to get pressure here. But I have another idea with this diagonal opening up. This knight is loose. Ooh, he can take with the knight. Okay, so my knight moves with tempo, but he can just take it, I guess. Because I'm threatening mate on g7 when the knight moves, but I think he can just take it. Well, he takes, I take. I have two nasty looking pawns there, and I do have the bishop and queen supporting that pawn. So, kind of an unintended exchange sacrifice. Well, that's why that's why the games have been so bad. It's because I miss things like that. Well, that's why I'm having so much trouble getting a good game, I should say. Because I play badly. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. After I take with the pawn, I guess he has to move the... Oh, no, the bishop is gone. I take with the pawn. So he goes there to defend. So he wants to keep his advantage here, I guess. So it's no longer tempo. It's no longer a tempo on the king when I move the knight. There is, no longer a threat to take there. His queen is loose. There's knight to c6 hitting the rook. Knight g6 doesn't seem to do anything. Knight g4 threatens to take the pawn. That's something. Although it seems like he's alert enough. He's spotting. Yeah, it also threatens knight f6, forking the king and the rook. So that's still there, right? Knight f6. He has to move the king, or if he takes the queen, I take back with the bishop, and he can't take with the pawn. So yeah, he has to move the king. Okay, so I can get the exchange back. Taking here, he takes with the rook. Do I have anything better? I'm not seeing it. Okay, so let's defend defend my d pawn, and then I want to play bishop to bishop to e5, getting that back in the game. Well, it's in the game, but making it a little more active. What is that? Oh, he's exploiting the pin. Might not work. Oh, yeah, I guess that does work. Okay, so a queen move that defends the rook is in order, right? And pins his rook. So he goes there. So I can trade queens. Is there anything better? Didn't see anything better, so then let's get my king into the game. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it's an even game here. And we have the same colored bishop, so not a draw by opposite colored bishops, but could be a draw by for other reasons. I think I want to get the get that rook off because it prevents my king from getting into the game. Because this passed pawn may be worth something in the long run here. Giving away a pawn here for no reason. He didn't take it. Okay. One of those little trick moves he can't take, and I'm threatening to take. I guess if I take, he's got the outside passed pawn in this endgame. And my idea is to check his king and drive it back. Then it's not quite there yet. I want to be able to bring my king around. I can't quite do it. Now I can. Yeah, so he gave it to me. He could have played that better. He needed to step his king up there instead of moving his bishop around. So I should be finally able to win a game here. And now it's to my favor to trade the bishops, so he needs to avoid the trade. And I can use that to my advantage. I can go here and force him to move. I could play a move like this. See what he does. I think he's run out of moves here. Okay, well, I finally got a win. Anyway, I had lots of undeserved losses, so that was kind of an undeserved win. Anyway, I will do a postmortem eventually, but I don't know how long it'll be before I get all my software up and running, but I will see you then. Bye.